Hey guys, what's going on? Darren Addison at Torpedopot.com, and these are our cucumbers plants. They're growing in a torpedo pot that has been growing without my intervention. In other words, all I did was put them in the planter and I fertilized the 3-12-12 once every 10 days, if I do that at all. And they've been doing pretty good. And this is the burpless cucumber, which is pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm hunting for cucumbers like these right here that you see. These may or may not be developed yet, depending upon what your tastes are. I believe in growing fruit and vegetables that are available for you throughout the year. So I'm going to start picking some. I've already gotten some before, but I'm going to start getting a lot more. See how perfect that is? No imperfections, no anything else. And so I'm going to pick some more because I need to have a good breakfast this morning. These are torpedo pots. They grow your food for you with no human intervention. So all I did is that I purchased these cucumbers. I purchased about 40 plants that cost about $12 to $13 from my grower, and he grew my plants. And I carried them here. I didn't do these from seeds like I normally do. And I put the plants in and I walked away and they start growing throughout the year. Put them in about 4 months ago. And they've been growing perfectly. I don't have a problem with them. And so now what I do is I come out and I eat my cucumbers as I need them, okay? That's what torpedo pot, it gives you the ability to eat your food when you need it, okay? You should not be growing food when you're hungry and starving or sitting down hoping to the end of the year that your plants are doing fine. The whole objective is to grow a lot of food at one time so you now can determine when and where you want to eat your food at. And so just like we've harvested 700 tomatoes in the past, and just like we've harvested 200, many hundreds of thousands of plants, this is no different. Our concept and our growing concept works well for all of our plants. But I had some of this earlier, and I'm going to have some more now. So what I'm doing now with the torpedo pot, it allows me to grow my food and to eat it when I want to. So when I come outside, if I'm hungry or my wife is hungry and I need to get something to eat, I just come into my torpedo pot and I pull my food out and it's available for me 24 hours a day. Ah, there's another one. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Yummy, yummy, yummy. And I'm gonna have that one. I want to make a nice salad this morning, and so I need to make an example of these cucumbers. And I'm going to eat them because they are so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Okay. Now, with these cucumbers that you see, I don't use any synthetic fertilizers or any additives to my cucumbers. All I do is set it and forget it. I want you to let that sink in, okay? You don't turn the soil over, you don't turn the ground over, you don't add a lot of fertilizers, you don't go and have to do a lot of weeding as you see. I haven't weeded in this plant at all. Most of you have rows of planters and you're weeding every week. What a waste of time. This uses less water than you would use in your ground. The torpedo pot allows you to grow an extreme amount of food in a small space using very little resources. And torpedo pot grows your food for you. So all I do is I walk in here and I say, hey, listen, I want something to eat. And I eat it. So I can choose the smallest ones that I want, or I can choose the largest ones that I want before maturity. I determine what I want to eat for my food. And that's what I want you to let this sink in. You do not have to wait till the end of the year to start eating your food. Plant food that you eat continually. You want to have access to your food 24 hours a day. Now, the only problem we have is that we grow so much food that, like this year, we're going to grow 500 tomatoes. And we're growing so much food that we're sharing it with the animals around, like the deer or some other animals eat the tomatoes, and we don't mind it. Because one planter for us drew about 500 tomatoes. And so, what I've got to do, the task that I do, the task I've got to do is just to go in now and to identify my cuties and determine if I want to eat them or not. Wow, look at this one. I didn't even see this one. I was about to give up. Look at that one. Is she huge? Oh my gosh. So this will be enough for me and my wife to sit down and have something to eat and enjoy ourselves. So Torpedopot grows your food with no human intervention, okay? Again, all we did was take our seeds, in this case seedlings, put them in the planter, and walk away. We fertilize with a 3-12-12 solution, but beyond that, we don't do anything else. And I want you to learn to stop wasting so much time trying to grow your food. There's a little secret I want you to pick up on. If it takes you more time to provide maintenance on your food than it takes to harvest your food, then you need to walk away from that situation. There is no way it takes you hours and days to maintain your food, and then when you get it, it only provides $1 or $2 worth of service to you. In other words, that food doesn't go very long. It goes just like that. In other words, you're growing your food as an art. I don't want you to learn to grow your food as an art. I want you to grow it as something to eat. When you have a volume of food growing in a Torpedopot as we have growing here, this is not an art. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that I have the right nutrition in my body. And that's what these planters enable you to do. Torpedopot enables you to grow your food with no human intervention. And I love it so much. I love it an awful lot. All right, so there's more in here. I've got to hunt them down, but they're still young. And there's some that are even big. But I'm glad I'm picking these off, because if you don't get your cucumbers off, more than likely they'll sit here and do nothing. And I want them to do everything for me. So there's a lot more in there, but I'm only taking what I need. Now, why is that important? You don't go to your cucumber plant and you don't raid everything off of your cucumber plant. Understand that logic. When food is growing, I'm going to come out and I'm going to raid everything at the end of the year, and I'm going to eat everything, and it's going to be beautiful. Now, between now and towards the harvest time, you're not eating anything. You're sitting down praying to God that your food grows and doesn't get attacked by bugs, it doesn't get eaten up. I don't have that problem, and I don't want you to have that problem. Learn to eat your food every day fresh. Fresh food every day. I can't but tell you how good this tastes. Learn to eat your food fresh every day. Amazing. No, I don't have to go down to GNC and get my vitamins and get all types of supplements and stuff like that. Why? Because I have that right here in my food. My food is my nutrition. And it never ceases, because guess what? Torpedopot grows 365 days a year to provide you and your family with a steady supply of food. That's where we want to be, and that's what we want to do. Torpedopot is the world's first self-growing planter that grows your food for you with no human intervention. And I love it. I love it much. Now, I see more in there I could grab, but again, I don't need to grab all this food. Why? Because remember, when you're going to the supermarket, you're going to buy food, you're purchasing it, it's perishable, it's no good, what, in a week? My food is fresh all the time. I don't have to pick this food out this planter. Why? Because this planter acts as my own personal refrigerator. I don't have to refrigerate anything. When I come out, I need it, I get it. That's why I grow so much in abundance. If I need it, I'll come out and I get it. Now this cucumber, I think last year we had a cucumber plant like this, and we grew like 24 cucumbers from this one planter, 24, something like that. And this year it's gonna be no different. We have flowers all over the place. We have small cuties all over the place, all over this planter. And guess what? I'm going to enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it instead of going to my supermarket and paying $5 to $7 for some cucumbers. Are you kidding me? I need you to learn how to grow your food from your Torpedopot, where that you can grow it yourself and you don't need to spend a lot of time doing it. Look at my videos. In this video, this cucumber plant right here, to be very honest with you, we use a 3-12-12 formula. We only used it maybe 3 times during this growth stage, once every 10 days or whatever we decide to do it. When I see that they're deficient, then I hit them. But I don't have a problem with it because there's so many cucumbers on this plant that I can do whatever I want to do. And I don't have to refrigerate, I don't have to do anything. I just come out, get my food, and I eat it, and I walk away, and I am so happy. The reason why I'm stressing the importance of Torpedopot, because I want you to eat healthy. I want you to stop running around like you're scared and you're afraid. The earth doesn't have a problem with producing food. Food is produced every day. I just want you to be a part of that stream of growth that's going to take place with Torpedopot. There's going to be a Torpedopot, will be the standard for the next 20 years. Everyone who has a house will have a Torpedopot. It is the future. And you need to get on board as soon as possible. Why? Because it grows your food for you and your family and gives you a stable, healthy, nutritious food supply that you've never seen before. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com.